It's time to spill the tea, lads. I am going to share my unpopular K-pop opinions. Some may come as a surprise, but others may be ones you've heard before. All I can say is the tea is piping hot, friends. 1. I'm not the biggest fan of Taemin's dancing, to be honest. Like, obviously he is a great dancer and I could never even imagine doing the things he does. I just think that sometimes people act like he can do things no other idol can, when I really don't see that. I would say there's many other idols whose dancing I prefer to watch and are actually technically equivalent or even better. Of course I do like Taemin and I think he's a great idol. I just think his dance ability is sometimes slightly overhyped. 2. I don't think dongpyo, hyeongjun and junho should have debuted in X1. Overall I think that the final lineup was very strong and I was happy that underrated trainees like Hangul and Minhee made it, but personally I wasn't sure these three were ready for their debut just yet. Hyeongjun is a good dancer but vocally he's not there yet. Junho I feel like needs more time to fine-tune his talent and get a bit more charisma on stage, to be honest. And dongpyo I think is vocally a bit weak. When you compare them to other trainees in the finale who were very well rounded and had lots of training and were ready to debut. Like Yuvin for example. Couldn't fill their spots more so than the final three did. But I do care for the three of them and I hope that they really thrive in X1 and can go on to even bigger things. 3. BTS are not the best dancers in K-pop. Now I love my Bangtan and if I'm honest their flaws are what make them so endearing. The fact that they aren't perfect molds of what a K-pop idol should be makes them so much more likable and relatable. Jungkook, J-Hope and Jimin are excellent dancers for sure, but are they really the best? I don't think so really. Poor Yoongi, Namjoon and Jin are definitely not the best dancers either. This isn't a bad thing. Not every can be good at everything, but let's not act like they're something they're not. BTS do have amazing choreographies, but overall, their dance skills don't quite compare to many other K-pop groups. Don't hate me. I love my Bangtan boys. 4. Pentagon, EXO, 101, b.a.p and Day6 have the best vocal lines for me. Shani were close runners up, but sometimes I find their vocals a little too loud, lol. I don't know how I can explain this, it's just plain facts, Lumeo. I'm kidding. I just love their voices and I think they are the most powerful vocal lines as a whole. Like every single vocal is so freaking powerful and strong and just utter perfection. Now this is some good tea. 5. Most of the time members are given less lines because they aren't as good as the other members, and that isn't actually a bad thing. The vocals and raps have to fit the song. They have to fit the genre, the key, the vibe, and some members just don't as much as the others. For example Yuta and Winwin. I'll be honest, the very few lines they've had have never stood out to me. They don't have very powerful nor very pleasing voices to me. This isn't a bad thing particularly, although NCT does have a very poor line distribution. The boys also suffer from poor line distribution because we knew all their members have great vocals and flow. But anyway, this doesn't make a member any less important, just simply that they don't match the song as much or they don't have the best vocals. Everyone has their role to play in the group and there's maybe something else, like for Winwin it'd be dance. 6. 17. Ateez, NCT, UNB. The boys and Uptension are the best dancers of the current K-pop generation. I mean it in the sense of every single member is an unbelievable dancer. They don't have any members who couldn't be a lead dancer, to be honest. They also have immense stage presence and always give 100% to the performances. They've also got some of the hardest choreographies. I can't lie, I actually try and do K-pop dances at home for exercise, Lumeo, and I can confirm firsthand that they are the hardest to do. 101 also has hard choreography, but there are some members who aren't actually the best dancers, let's be honest. I'm looking at you, Guanlin, my guy. But yes, I love 17 synchronization and the fact that Hoshi makes the choreo. He also makes their dances very difficult with jumps and flips and shit. NCT choreo is straight up impossible. Like, I just can't. The speed they move is ridiculous. UNB have all the acrobatics, but they also have Yuejin and Field Ogsu. The boys also have impossible choreo. They are so young yet so good already. Uptension have very intense and also very unique choreos. They acknowledge how difficult their choreo is, Lumeo. 7. Some cute concepts give me the creeps. And I find girl groups get more sexualized in cute concepts than in girl crush concepts. Like the dances and the freaking outfits with the theme of making them appear childlike is just wrong. I mean this more with the newer generations because songs like Miniskirt obviously are the opposite of this LMAO. But like Blackpink don't get anywhere near as sexualized in music videos. They are made to come across more badass and cool, but cute concepts are just a bit weird to me. Like these people are grown ass adults. This goes for boy groups too to some extent. Not the sexualizing part, but the rest applies. People can tell me they are just fun and sunshine, but I don't see that at all. They are very whiny and forced and high pitch, and that's not my style. Sorry. 8. Cancel culture is just as toxic as the things that are being cancelled. Like my god, sometimes an idol breathes and Twitter is just like, that's it, you're racist, sexist, homophobic, transphobic, xenophobic, and you're ugly. Like damn ma, it's not that deep. Now I'm going to be honest here. Y'all don't know what actual cultural appropriation is and need to look up the definition. Appropriation and appreciation have a large difference, and that is hatred and making fun of culture. Appropriation involves the mocking of a person's culture, not the use of culture. If someone is respectful of the people and the culture from which they use something, I really don't see the problem. Often an idol either is given a hairstyle by stylists, is simply ignorant and doesn't know what appropriation is, which isn't a bad thing because I'm sure many people at one point had never heard of it before. That doesn't make you a bad person. Or they just genuinely enjoy the culture and want to explore it. This is the joy of multiculturalism, boys and girls. Society is becoming more accepting, more open-minded and closer together, yet people continue to push this divide between cultures. It needs to stop unless it is actually used to be offensive and racist. Every country and race has culture. I think we need to learn to see it, respect it, and share it with one another. I'm sorry this one was a bit longer. It just annoys me when I see people being branded as racist when they clearly don't understand the actual definition of racism and appropriation of culture. And no, I'm not racist for having this opinion, and I would never ever hate someone for their race. That is what racism is, and that is something I've never been. Thank you very much. 9. I actually am not fond of many idols. Sometimes you just don't click with someone and they just don't appeal to you as much. I'm not saying I hate them or dislike them, I just don't really get on with their personality. Like, I won't lie, I don't really like Jisung from NCT. He just was never a member who I enjoyed watching, and I never really found him that entertaining. I don't hate him, but overall he's probably my least favorite member of NCT. We all have that member in a group, don't lie to yourself. There are some exceptions, of course. Like, I love all the Pentagon members so much, but sometimes there's just someone you don't like. That's that on that. 10. I've never streamed. Lol. I'm not going to stream either because I don't really care that much how many views a music video has. It doesn't change my opinion on it. 11. Why are Maknae and Visual a position like fam? Just say you're a vocal or rapper and go come on. 12. Honestly, I think sometimes people complain too much about the companies behind the groups. Like, look, they are usually big companies with a lot of people to pay, and they need to have their artists creating comebacks and albums in order to earn the money. This is a very competitive industry, and I think people forget this. If they don't bring out as much music, it means less money and less attention for the group. Obviously most companies aren't great and are just in it for the money, but that's why they are created in the first place. 13. Yohan wasn't the best choice for center and Jin Hyuk was robbed of his spot. This season was extremely fixed in the end. I mean, come on. It's even been admitted. Yohan was going down in rank, then suddenly skyrockets to first again. Smells like bullshit to me. Jin Hyuk gradually went up the ranks and kept a strong lead, yet his score didn't add up to being 11th. It's just lies. I love Yohan and I wanted him to make it to X1, but I don't think he suits the center position. Soongaeun in my opinion would be a better choice, or Hangul. Okay, I think I'll leave it at this for now. I hope y'all found this video spicy lmao. I tried to find some controversial points to put across, haha. See ya later.